people what their side is.
I can be on any side.
Okay,
Whatever.
perfect. This is not my side, but I'll be here.
You want a side?
Up to you.
Let's switch.
Nice. Thank you so much. I would just like to say what an honor it is to be up here. They don't put me up on stage because I'm a D1 yapper, so somebody please keep tabs on the time for me to be up here.
We'll be here till 10.
Thinking about growing up, Filipina in Winnipeg, what was that like? Dreaming of a stage that felt so far away?
Actually hit until later in my 20s, when I was in the real world, now going out for leading roles and being shut down, and then being told no, and then, you know, seeing the white belle and seeing the white Cinderella, and I'm like, oh, man, what is it gonna take?
In your 20s, I feel like maybe I'm speaking for myself, I don't want to project, but do you find that you were feeling imposter syndrome, or it was just you receiving no's all the time?
The rejection's hard. It's always going to be hard in whatever field you are in. I think dealing with that was hard when there was no one else to talk to about it. I didn't have Filipinos to look up to in Winnipeg to talk about my feelings about not being cast in this and not being cast in this and why am I only in the King and I.
100%.
So I think not having the mentorship and the guidance was really hard growing up.
I think you were answering questions ahead of time, so doing great. And at Kabangka, we actually have a great mentorship program. Shout out Shirlene, Chair of Mentorship. Our mission through POP is to support youth on their journeys through different points in their life. And I know you have a similar mission. You're advocating for training and mentorship for Filipino youth. Why is creating opportunities for the next generation so important to you?
People believe what they see. And until they see a Filipino-Canadian being a French English woman on Broadway, then they're like, oh, yes, we can actually get different cultures to play Anne Boleyn. And they do. And period.
Yeah, I love that.
I called it Beltfest when I took on 10 artists and put them on Rainbow Stage. We got to do Beltfest twice. The premiere was at Rainbow Stage and the second being a virtual edition.
Yes, so they made their debut, you said. Were there any other outcomes that came after that for them?
Well, a few of them have now pursued careers at Sheridan College, and some of them are still working actors. Of the 10 people in the virtual edition of Beltfest, 4 of them have graduated with their BFAs in music.
Yes. Slay. Now, just to tie in some current events, I snuck this question in.
Okay.
Yes. So at the Grammys earlier this month, Chapel Rowan was awarded Best New Artist, and she doubled down on a promise that she made to herself if she were to win a Grammy, and that was to stand in front of the most powerful people in music and demand that labels and the industry would profit millions of dollars off of developing artists, offer a livable wage and health care. Yeah. So thinking about that courageous moment and being a trailblazer for our people, how do you think those in our Filipino community can better support artists and creatives?
Work happening, go to it, be the loudest in the audience.
Oh, I love that. I'm like everybody's bass cheerleader. So I see my friends who are creatives, they're like snapping along in the back.
Because a life in the arts is so fleeting, my parents worry. They still do. It's about advocating for yourself in the most loving and humblest of ways to the people that have raised you and brought you to this country. Which I'm still navigating. But I think it's being unafraid to have those conversations and advocate for what happiness looks like to you.
When we talk about Filipino excellence, it often celebrates resilience and talent, like we've been talking about. But as you've said to us before, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. There's some added pressure to it too, right? So how do you define Filipino excellence now?
When I'm on stage, And I have that little girl in the audience dressed up as me and has her hair done like me, sitting like this, waiting for me to make eye contact with her. And I really, really, really don't have it in me. It's just energy to like I'm trying to get through the show, and then I see her. You guys, I saw this on like an Instagram quote, okay? If you're not 100% and you only have 60% in you, and you give that full 60%, you gave 100%. And I think that that is what Philippine excellence is to me. We give. We work hard and we give to others. And I think that that's something in our blood. And if you are constantly doing that for yourself and for others, no matter if the day you're having is crap or if it's the best day ever, if you're giving what you have to what you're passionate about and what you love, you will always be walking in excellence.
Especially since I know that there are a lot of people in this room that are budding artists, fearless creatives, and future leaders. Please drop another gem of wisdom on what you want to leave with the delegates on embracing their path forward.
Be who you needed when you were 9. That's it. I think just be who your younger self needed. Because you are so powerful and capable of doing that. You don't need me to tell you to like be great, because you know what great is to you, and you know the power that you hold within all of your skills and talents. So use them to make your little tiny so proud.
Like that little tiny, your little baby self.
Yeah.
The team doesn't know, but I made you a little gift. Yes, just a little gift. Come, quick, we're hungry. So, in the event of friendship, and I wanted to commemorate this special moment with some friendship bracelets of musicals that you've been recently cast in. Yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you for